What if I told you there's a machine floating above your head right now that costs more than some countries' entire GDP?
$150 billion.
That's just number one on our list.
From machines that cost as much as a small nation to equipment so expensive they could fund entire cities, today we're counting down the 10 most expensive
Machines humanity has ever built.
And trust me, the price tags will blow your mind.
Let's go!
At number 10, we're starting with what might seem cheap compared to what's coming, but hear me out.
The Bagger 293 is recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest land vehicle ever and the most expensive construction machine ever built at an estimated cost of $100 million.
That's $100 million for a single piece of mining equipment.
This German-engineered beast stands 96 meters tall, weighs 14,200 tons, and can move 240,000 cubic meters of earth per day.
To put that in perspective, it could dig a hole the size of a football field 30 meters deep in just 24 hours.
The extreme cost comes from engineering complexity, continuous operation capability unlike standard excavators, and logistics that require multiple
Rains and months of on-site installation.
The maintenance alone can cost more than owning multiple smaller machines.
Worth it?
For mining companies, absolutely.
Number 9, burrows beneath cities with a price tag that'll make your jaw drop.
Tunnel boring machines like those manufactured by Heron Connect can exceed $60 million. These mechanical moles drill through rock, clay, and sand while simultaneously supporting tunnel walls and removing debris through conveyor systems. Here's the kicker. TBMs are customized for each specific project, which means they can't easily be reused elsewhere, and this customization is a major
Driver of their high cost. You're essentially building a disposable machine that costs more than most people will earn in 1,000 lifetimes. Machines like Bertha in Seattle can bore tunnel 17. 5 meters wide as a 5-story building is tall.
These underground giants make modern subway systems and infrastructure possible, but they come at an astronomical price. Number 8 takes us to the ocean, where a single ship costs more than most countries' annual military budgets.
Modern aircraft carriers like the USS Gerald R.
Ford cost $13 billion to build.
$13 billion for one ship.
These floating cities are 337 meters long, displace 100,000 tons of water, and carry up to 90 aircraft, plus 4,500 crew members. They're powered by nuclear reactors that don't need refueling for 25 years and can operate independently for months. The technology includes electromagnetic catapults, advanced radar systems that can track hundreds of targets simultaneously, and defensive weapons. At cost millions themselves. And here's the crazy part, that $13 billion is just to build it.
Operating costs run about $1 billion per year.
The US Navy currently operates 11 of these floating fortresses.
Do the math on that investment. At number 7, we leave Earth's atmosphere for a machine that's rewriting astronomy textbooks.
The James Webb Space Telescope cost $10 billion to develop and deploy. That's right, $10 billion for a telescope. But this isn't your backyard telescope. JWST sits
5 million kilometers from Earth, has a mirror 6.
5 meters across, made of gold-coated beryllium, and operates at -233 degrees Celsius. It can see galaxies form just 200 million years after the Big Bang, essentially looking back in time
6 billion years.
The engineering challenges were insane. The sun shield is the size of a tennis court. The entire thing had to fold up like origami to fit in a rocket. And any mistake during deployment would have been unfixable. Development took 25 years and involved 20,000 people from 14 countries. Every single component had to work perfectly on the first try, 1 million miles from Earth. The images it's sending back are already revolutionizing our understanding of the universe. Scientists say absolutely.
Number 6 is the world's largest machine, buried beneath Switzerland and France.
The Large Hadron Collider cost approximately €7. $5 billion, or about $10 billion to build.
It's a 27-kilometer ring where particles travel at
99.99% the speed of light.
Why spend $10 billion to smash particles together?
Because it's helping us understand the fundamental nature of reality itself.
On July 4, 2012, the LHC detected the Higgs boson, providing an explanation of what gives matter mass.
It's also studying quark-gluon plasma, the densest matter outside of black holes. The tunnel contains 9,300 magnets cooled to -271 degrees Celsius, colder than outer space.
The detectors weigh thousands of tons and can track millions of particle collisions per second. And despite spending you €7, $5 billion on it, there is thrift. It only runs in the summer when electricity costs are cheaper.
Operating this beast requires as much power as a small city.
In 2026, ongoing upgrades continue pushing the boundaries of physics. At number 5, we return to the ocean with the world's largest floating facility.
Shell's Prelude FLNG cost approximately $12 billion to build.
This floating liquefied natural gas platform is 488 meters long, longer than the Empire State Building is tall, and displaces 600,000 tons when full.
Lively loaded. That's more water displacement than 6 aircraft carriers combined. But here's what makes it worth $12 billion. Prelude processes natural gas in the middle of the ocean, cooling it to -162 degrees Celsius to liquefy.
It and can produce 6 million tons of LNG annually.
It's designed to withstand Category 5 cyclones and will stay at sea for 25 years without ever returning to port. The engineering challenges were immense.
You're essentially building a massive chemical plant that floats, rotates with wind and waves, and operates in some of Earth's harshest conditions.
The construction took years and required specialized facilities just to build it. It's a city-sized machine that turns gas into liquid gold in the middle of the ocean. Number 4 is humanity's bet on unlimited clean energy.
The ITER fusion reactor in southern France is currently under construction, with a price tag exceeding $22 billion, and that number keeps climbing.
ITER stands for International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, and it's attempting to recreate the power of the sun on Earth. The reactor will heat hydrogen isotopes to 150 million degrees Celsius, 10 times hotter than the sun's core, using magnetic fields generated by the world's largest superconducting magnets. The tokamak chamber alone weighs 23,000 tons. The project involves 35 nations pooling resources and expertise. If successful, ITER could prove fusion power is viable, potentially solving humanity's energy crisis forever. The machine won't generate electricity for the grid. It's purely experimental, but it's paving the way for commercial fusion plants.
Why so expensive?
Because you're building something that's never been built before, containing plasma hotter than stars, using technology that's still being invented. Every component is custom-made, and failure isn't an option when dealing with forces this powerful. At number 3, we're looking at America's newest supercarriers as a complete program. The Gerald R. Ford-class carrier program, when you include all development costs, construction of multiple ships, and advanced systems, exceeds $40 billion. The lead ship alone costs $13 billion, but the program includes the USS John F. Kennedy, USS Enterprise, and USS Doris Miller, all under construction or planned. Each ship represents the pinnacle of naval engineering, with electromagnetic catapults replacing steam systems, advanced arresting gear, and dual band. Radar that can track hundreds of targets simultaneously. These aren't just ships, they're floating air bases with nuclear reactors that won't need refueling for 50 years. The Ford class requires 600 fewer crew members than previous carriers, thanks to automation, saving $4 billion over the ship's lifetime. Each carrier can launch 270 sorties per day. That's one aircraft taking off every 5 minutes, 24/7.
The program has faced criticism for cost overruns and technical challenges, but it represents a 40-year investment in American naval supremacy.
When fully operational, these 4 ships will project power across the globe for the next half-century.
Number 2 protects entire nations with technology that sounds like science fiction. Advanced military defense systems like the U.S. Ballistic Missile Defense System have cost over $50 billion to develop and deploy.
We're talking about networks of ground-based interceptors, sea-based Aegis systems, THAAD missiles, and satellite networks that can detect and destroy.
Incoming ballistic missiles traveling at thousands of miles per hour.
The radar systems alone cost billions. They can track objects the size of a basketball from thousands of miles away.
Each interceptor missile costs about $75 million.
The command and control systems process data from dozens of sensors simultaneously, making split-second decisions that could save millions of lives. Testing involves launching actual missiles and trying to hit them with other missiles, and each test costs tens of millions of dollars.
Is it worth it?
Countries betting their survival on these systems certainly think so.
The technology has also led to breakthroughs in computing, material science, and sensor technology that benefits civilian applications. And at number 1, the most expensive machine ever built by humanity, the International Space Station, with a total cost of $150 billion.
Let that sink in.
$150 billion.
The ISS stretches 357 feet end to end, weighs nearly 420 tons, and was assembled in space piece by piece like a Lego set with no gravity while zipping, curving around Earth at 17,500 miles per hour. As of 2010, the total cost was $150 billion, including NASA's budget of $58. $7 billion, Russia's $12 billion, Europe's $5 billion, Japan's $5 billion, Canada's $2 billion, and the cost of 36 shuttle flights at $1.
$4 billion each. It's been continuously occupied since November 2000. Over 25 years of humans living in space.
The station conducts experiments impossible on Earth, studies long-term effects of microgravity on the human body, crucial for Mars missions, and serve as SAS as a symbol of international cooperation between nations that were once rivals.
Annual operating costs: about $3 billion per year, shared among partner nations.
NASA is currently burning through $3 billion each year in operational costs and maintenance.
The ISS is scheduled to operate until 2030, when it will be deliberately deorbited into the ocean. Was it worth $150 billion?
That's for history to decide.
But it's undeniably the most expensive, most complex, and most ambitious machine humans have ever created. A floating laboratory where 16 nations pry.
Loved that even in space, cooperation is possible. From $100 million excavators to a $150 billion space station, these machines represent humanity's ability to achieve the seemingly impossible. If you're willing to pay the price.
Which machine shocked you most?
Drop your answer in the comments.
And if you enjoyed this, wait until you see what we're covering next.
Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.